What's up everyone? In this video I'm going to talk about the stock charts on Bitcoin, PayPal, FuelCell, Alibaba, Zoom, Plug Power, Amazon, Pfizer, and Apple. But before I do that, I just want to pull up my portfolio, see how it did today, because it was a pretty good day in the market. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of green. Oh yeah, we had a good day. I'm just kidding, I already knew this. Obviously this is a snapshot of my portfolio, so I already knew that I did well. I just wanted to have a little fun with it, right? But look at this, FuelCell. Talked about that a lot on this channel, guys, and what a day we had. Oh my goodness, I'll get into that in this video. CleanSpark, still need to make a video on that, I know. ARKG, I talked about the ARK Invest ETFs on this channel before. I really love them. Kathy Wood, the CEO and CIO over there, did amazing things in 2020. Love all of her ETFs, so I'm invested there for the long term. Pinterest, got an open trade on that. That did well. CrowdStrike's long-term play. AMD is a trade on this channel that I have made a video on. Had a good day there. Logitech is a long-term play. PayPal is a trade that I've made a video on this channel. Did well there today. Macy's is a trade on this channel. Did not do well. Adobe is a trade on this channel. Good day. QQQ, I think I have like $1 in there from dividends or something. It's not even really in this portfolio. It's just, I don't know. Pfizer, lots of videos on this channel about that. Had an okay day. We'll get into that. And Home Depot is a long-term play for me there. Okay, enough with the portfolio. Let's look at our first chart. I had some requests for Bitcoin. I used to do a lot of videos on Bitcoin on this channel, and I haven't done one in a really long time, so I just wanted to go over it real quick with you guys. Look how parabolic this stock chart has gone. It feels weird calling it a stock chart because Bitcoin isn't a stock, but you know, I don't know what else to call it. You know, a chart? I don't know. A crypto chart? I don't know. But back when I was making videos on Bitcoin, I was tracking this head and shoulders pattern down here that played out amazingly. Let me show you guys real quick. It's already been played out, but I just want to show you how well this is because there's a lot of other head and shoulders charts that we're tracking right now in the stock market. So I want to show you how a perfect head and shoulders plays out. This is actually an inverse head and shoulders. It's upside down. So I just drew the neckline right there, and the idea was you come down below the neckline, you hit that shoulder, you make a head, you make another shoulder, and on the Bitcoin chart, that shoulder was tiny. But it was enough because we came up and touched the neckline and then retrace a little bit. It was enough to make a little tiny shoulder. You come up above the neckline, you retrace the neckline, you touch it, and then you take off to the moon. To the moon. And it sure did, right? I mean, it went to the moon and then into a different galaxy. I mean, $39,000 per Bitcoin right now. And I think I was tracking like the target on this head and shoulders pattern was like 18,000, I think, 18,800 or somewhere in that range. And we have more than doubled since we hit that price target. Not since the bottom of this trade. Since we hit the price target of the trade, we've more than doubled since that. I mean, how insane is this? Look at this, guys. This is the peak. This was the previous high on Bitcoin. And it looks tiny now compared to where we're at. This is insane what Bitcoin is doing. And look what it's doing down here. It's having this massive run up on volume. This isn't some low volume, you know, we got some traders on the weekends, you know, just pumping it up on low volume. This is not low volume, guys. This is, we are blasting off to the upside on big volume. And I've talked about why I think this is in previous videos too. You've got PayPal that I think started this rally. Around this time frame, PayPal came out and said they are adding crypto to their platform. And all of a sudden we had a much easier way for the everyday person to buy crypto, buy Bitcoin. I mean, everybody has PayPal, right? And now you can just open it up on your phone and hit, boom, I've got $10 of Bitcoin, I got $100 of Bitcoin, whatever. Visa is getting into the crypto. I mean, there are so many companies on the stock market now. It's like every other company that we hear about on the stock market is getting into the crypto game, right? JP Morgan, Visa, and all these massive companies, they're all getting into crypto. And that sure as hell doesn't bring the price of Bitcoin down. That's why Bitcoin has been going up. Everybody is getting into it. One of my favorite stocks that I have in my portfolio right now, CleanSpark. I bought it when it was at like $9. I liked it as a microgrid stock. And then all of a sudden last month they come out and say that they're investing into cryptocurrency mining. And the stock has doubled since then. And I loved that stock before it was in cryptocurrency. Anyway, Bitcoin is a great place to be if you want to diversify your portfolio out of stocks, in my opinion. If you're okay with some risk, I think there is far more reward than risk here, but you got to be okay with the risk. There's a lot of volatility. I think it's great to have in your portfolio, especially if you're young. Okay, let's move on from Bitcoin. I'm going to talk about PayPal now because it's not the same industry, but it's similar because PayPal is now in the crypto game. So a little bit of a segue there. Anyway, we've got an open trade on PayPal right now. I think it's going to the upside. I thought it was going to the upside right here. We started retracing. I started getting a little worried, and I said if we break below this support right here, it's going to be trouble. I'm getting out of the trade. I'm done with it. But look what we did. Boom, kissed it, bounced right off. Had a great day today, and I think we're heading to the upside. So good things there for PayPal. Really like what I saw. Bounced right off of that support, and we should be heading up from there to hit our price target. So love what I'm seeing there. Let's move on to FuelCell. FuelCell. I have a $16.44 price target on FuelCell, and man, we made some progress on that today, didn't we? Look at this, 21, almost 22% on the day. Massive up day for FuelCell, massive. Not as good as Plug Power, holy moly, 35%. But it's hard to argue and say, well, it's not Plug Power when FuelCell still did 22%, right? I mean, what a day. So, still targeting 1644, but we are getting close. We're getting there. And it looks like we're on some renewed strength, too, because we had this little sell-off in the middle of, trying to reach this price target. We got about halfway there, a little bit more than halfway, and then we sold off a lot. But now we have renewed strength. It gave the buyers time to, right, this is a consolidation phase right here, so it gave the buyers time to get more money, it gave the market time to find more buyers, and now we're blasting off. So it's almost like a bull flag inside of a bull pennant breakout, right? Bull pennant, breakout, bull flag inside of a bull pennant breakout. I mean, love to see it. Love to see it. Super bullish on FuelCell. Let's move on to Alibaba, one that I am not super bullish on. This one I'm super bearish on. I've been telling you guys on this channel. I'm sure you know it by now. And wouldn't you know it, on a day where almost everything was green, Alibaba was slightly down. And it was down a lot more than it closed too. It was down pretty far, so not shocking there. I think if the market as a whole had a worse day, Alibaba would have been down very hard. But because the stock market was up so big today, Alibaba just didn't have that bad of a day. So that really says something. When you underperform the market that bad, it's not good, guys. Not good. Alibaba's heading down. Been saying it for a while here. I'm sorry if you are in Alibaba. Sometimes I get comments under the videos like, should I sell? Guys, I can't tell you if you should sell or not. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm saying I want nothing to do with this stock right now. And it's the same for Zoom. Let's move on to Zoom, because both of these stocks are doing very similar things right now. I mean, look what Zoom did today. It's this exact same story. You've got a head and shoulders pattern, which is very bearish for the stock, just like on Alibaba. I don't know if I said that. It's a head and shoulders pattern. Very bearish. And Zoom was down 0.5% on a day where, I mean, look at all this green, guys. Look at all this green on the side of my screen. There's a couple of red tickers. There's not much, but Zoom and Alibaba are one of them, and that was not a coincidence. You've got head and shoulder patterns on their charts. Very bearish for these companies. Zoom was 0.5% down on a day when the entire stock market was up pretty big. Not a good sign. Heavily underperformed. Like I said with Alibaba, if the market as a whole would have had a worse day, or a less good day, I think the stock would have been way down. So I still think we've got more to go to the downside on both of these. Okay, let's move on to something, I don't know, a little bit more happy because I'm getting a little down on myself. Let's go on to Amazon. I had a request to do a video on Amazon, so let's throw them in right here. So I see this consolidation phase in Amazon right now. I made a video on Amazon where I said there's actually a chance that Amazon hits $5,000 this year. Massive bull pennant on this stock. And it suggests, I mean, look, I'm still zooming out on this. Jeez. Look how high that price target goes, right? Over $5,000. And that's because the rally since the March lows when the pandemic hit the United States has been so massive for Amazon that it created a gigantic flagpole, and we've been consolidating since then. So the upside potential after we break out of this bull pennant is the size of this flagpole. So you copy this flagpole, you put it on where you think you're going to break out, and it traces all the way up to $5,000. It's just massive. I did have a commenter say, and I thought it was interesting. He said, you know, this setup is unique to the pandemic, and that's interesting. I mean, a lot of these setups this year that I've seen have been unique to the pandemic. It doesn't mean that they're not stock chart patterns. They're not going to hit their price targets, but it does make you think. It does make you wonder if there's something different about these patterns this year because the pandemic has given us a unique year, you know. So I said, you know what if I started the flagpole from where we were at before the pandemic, right? So this was before the pandemic. We broke down, we retraced up, and then we just kept taking off. So if we start this flagpole, say, after we retraced all of our losses from the pandemic, let's say right here. So you take this flagpole, you copy it, you paste it. So you've got a clone of it, and then you paste it wherever you think we're going to break out of this consolidation phase. So if you think we're going to chop around a little bit more, and then maybe we start our new bull trend right here, and we break out right there, that's where you put it. This is just an idea, guys. I'm not saying it's going to happen right here, but you have a much more conservative price target now of $4,200, almost $4,300, right? It's not $5,000, but you got that $4,300 price target because your flagpole is shorter. If you believe that the price action around the pandemic crash and pandemic immediate recovery was unique to that time frame and you should not be creating stock chart patterns from it, you don't include that data. You start your flagpole here and you create your price target based off of that shorter flagpole. So $4,300. I thought that was really interesting. Thank you. I don't remember the name of the commenter that made that that noticed that. It was on the Amazon video that I did, so I thought that was really cool, really interesting. So I thought I would just kind of give you guys an update or another idea of a price target there. But either way, I'm bullish on Amazon. This is a consolidation phase from a massive rally prior to the consolidation phase, and typically we see breakouts to the upside on bull pennants because it's a continuation pattern. It continues a prior bull trend, right? This is a bull trend. You consolidate, give the buyers time to breathe, get more money, more buyers become interested, right? It's the same song and dance from all the other bull pennants and bull flags we've been looking at on these stock charts. And once you break out, all of the hype comes in and you get all these buyers with more money and new money, right? And you take off to the upside. So super bullish on Amazon, really like it. You got a bull pennant there. Let's move on to the next one, Pfizer. Okay, so I've been saying on Pfizer that we needed to start curling up. Didn't have a massive up day, but it was up 0.5%. That's a decent day for Pfizer. Pfizer doesn't move a ton. It was moving more than average in 2020 for sure because of all the vaccine news. But before all that stuff, Pfizer wasn't a massive mover. So 0.5% is not bad for Pfizer. And it was 0.5% in the right direction. So I said that we needed to start curling up from this drawback down to the neckline. And sure enough, I mean, we're starting to curl back up, right? We've had 3 days in a row of green candlesticks after we, you know, so close to hitting that neckline. And really, if I just drew it better, I mean, we probably do touch that neckline if I just draw it better, because look, I kind of cut into this candlestick right here. If this neckline was sitting on top of that candlestick, we probably do touch it perfectly. So that's just me not drawing lines very well, you know. I'm not an artist, guys, sorry. But look, we're curling right up right after touching the neckline, so we're heading in the right direction. I think this stock chart is playing out pretty perfectly. We needed to come up above the neckline, retrace and kiss it, and then head to the upside by a lot. So it's starting to look really good. I want to see a big move though. Before I'm sold on Pfizer, I want to see a big move. All of these 0.5% days, I mean, it's just not doing it for me. It's heading in the right direction, and that's good. And if you're in Pfizer, you'll take what you can get, right? I would rather it be 0.5% up than 0.5% down, but I'm not convinced until we have something, some kind of strong move, right? We have no volume right now. There's no volume. We need some kind of big volume, big up day. That's going to sell me that this stock chart pattern worked, it played out, and we're heading to the upside. So we need something there. And I think it's going to happen soon, because we're right there. We are right there. It is time to curl up. So, you know, I don't have a crystal ball or anything, but there's going to be some kind of catalyst that shoots Pfizer to the upside soon, I think. And I'm playing the odds here. It's an 87% chance. Pretty dang good odds. Take those odds every time. So we'll see. Let's move on to the last one I got for you guys today, and that's Apple. Had a request to do Apple. I do love Apple stock myself. I like the products. I use a lot of the products. You know, we got iPhones and iWatches and iPads, and we got all the stuff. So love the products, love the company. Was looking at the stock chart right before I decided to make this video. I wasn't planning on making Apple. I wasn't planning on putting Apple in this video until right before I hit the record button. I was looking at this and I was like, you know what? That kind of looks like a cup for a cup and handle. A cup and handle pattern is a continuation of a bull trend, and we have a bull trend, a big old bull trend, right? That's a big bull trend. And now we have a cup. And what do you need after a cup in a cup and handle pattern to set up your next bull run? Well, you need the handle. And what do we have right here, guys? Got a handle. We have a handle. So, we've got our cup of coffee. Do some stock chart art for you guys. There you go. Because I am such an artiste. Artiste. I don't know, I'm just having fun with it right now. Apple. And we can create a price target on cup and handle patterns. This projects to the upside pretty heavy. So how do we find that price target on a cup and handle? Okay, so we clear all these squigglies off because my drawings are terrible. We get our lid on this cup. So let's call it right there. We measure the depth to the bottom of the cup. Let's make that cup right there. All right, now we measure the depth of this cup to the neckline, not the neckline, wow, to the lid, and we get $30. So we got $30 of upside potential, right? That is the, oop, what did I do? There we go. $30 is the measurement here. So we go and look at our handle and we say, okay, this is our handle. We want to break out of the lid right here. So when we break out of the lid, we are going to put our $30 of upside potential. Okay, so you got $30 from the breakout of the lid. We still need to break out above the lid, right? This is not a stock chart pattern yet. I'm saying if we complete it, if we complete that handle to the upside, break out above the lid, Then we will have a $30 to the upside price target, and that gets us to the $170 range. So it's very possible that Amazon heads to that $170 range, but we need to climb up the rest of this handle and break out above that lid. This lid is at that $139 range. Okay, that lid is in the $139 range. We need to break above that, and then I think we're off to the upside. We're off to $170. Okay, so that is a cup and handle on Apple. Very bullish stock chart pattern, but it is not completed yet. We have not fully set up the trade yet. Once we break out above, once we complete the handle and break out above that lid, then we can enter a trade, then we can target $170, okay? Okay, that's all I've got. So to summarize, guys, we talked about Bitcoin, PayPal, FuelCell, Alibaba, Zoom, Plug Power, Amazon, Pfizer, and Apple. I am bullish on all of these stocks except for Alibaba and Zoom. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not a subscriber yet. Leave a comment down below. I'll see you there and in the next video. Thanks, guys.